So I learned to cook from meal kits, and I have tried every meal kit out there. And my favorite is absolutely Martha Stewart's Marley Spoon. It's my favorite because they deliver high quality, seasonal ingredients with tons of different recipe options every week. So you get variety, flexibility, and seriously good food. So whether you want a one-pan, one-step meal or a chef-recommended dish with unique ingredients, Marley Spoon has you covered. Or if you're a picky eater, they also have like kid-friendly meals. Or, if you have kids. Either way, here's the best part. I've got a deal for you. Use promo code Megan25 to get up to $250 off your first 5 boxes, plus free shipping on your first box. So go to marleyspoon.com, order your boxes, put in promo code Megan25, and try it out. You will thank me.
Hello. Welcome to the Cuddle Bottle Podcast. Eddie Zamora, a.k.a. the Yum Yum Foodie. And with undrawn eyebrows is, as always, Megan Elizabeth. What's up, Megs? How are those eyebrows doing, babe?
Don't say it like that now, because then people are going to go look at it and point it out.
God forbid we point people to go watch video of the show. God forbid we really try to improve any kind of statistics. And really, Megan? There we go. Put those on. Yes. Thank you. Amazing. That's a good look for you. Hey, Megan, what's up? What's going on? Welcome to, what? Yeah?
Nothing's going on.
You're going full Stevie Wonder? Is that what you're going to do today? No, I like it. It's a good look for you.
It looks better in sunglasses.
Yeah. It is called Kill the Bottle Podcast, and I have been drinking way too much this week. So what I am drinking today is I decided to try some new shnikes. It's blood orange cardamom, like social tonic is what they call it. It sounds like a bunch of bullshit, but social tonic, only 30 calories, and it's by a company called Cann, C-A-N-N. That's very creative on their part. But let's see what this tastes like. A little.
Is there alcohol in it? You said there's no alcohol?
No booze, Megan. I
don't care.
Well, it's fair. Mm-hmm.
I don't care what it tastes like. I'm just joking.
This actually would taste really good with booze in it, but it's super tasty without. It's good. Anyway, I love blood orange anything. That's one of those flavors. I don't know about you, where like you can kind of put it in anything, and I'll be like, ooh, I want to try this blood orange burger. I want to try this blood orange anything. Do you have a flavor like that, Megan? That like you always want to?
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit, yeah, passion fruit.
Like whenever I see it, I'm in.
Yeah, you're in like Flint. I like that. Passion fruit's there. So I've been drinking way too much. I worked Arizona Cocktail Weekend, and I bartended for the first time in a long ass time, and I think I made like 400 and something drinks in a span of 3 hours, and I was like, I'm good. I need to not, I need to like take a break from that for a hot second, and then I fly to Seattle super early tomorrow to do the same thing in Seattle. So today I am not drinking at all. That's what I say now, but then I'm going to go see Ty Taylor's show later, the Pulp Fiction thingy tonight, and then I'm going to end up drinking. I'm going to end up putting some down. We have a really fun guest today. We'll get to in just a second. I really want to get Megan's take on walking the Oscars before the Oscars went live, because I saw Megan was in the hood. She was walking around doing her usual Hollywood Boulevard walk. And what do you do? Like a morning Bloody Mary michelada? What's your tradition now at this point? Because you've lived in Hollywood.
Taco Bell michelada. Talk about the best michelada on the boulevard, and it's $8.
That's a good price for a michelada?
Yeah, that's a good price for anything with alcohol in it here. Are you kidding?
That's fair.
$8.
But it's like it's Taco Bell. It's like you're paying for punishment.
Comes from a place where drinks are slightly cheaper, so I'm excited.
Slightly cheaper, and probably because the altitude will hit you just a little quicker, I think, maybe. So that's also such a lovely thing. But let's get our guest on the show. For the first time on Kill the Bottle Podcast, she mentioned it before we started. I want to start off by saying Megan Stalker. Secondly, I want to
I stalk her.
Oh, sorry. You stalk her. Anchor, reporter, Fox 21, KXRM, Colorado Springs, and the host of the Julie Baker Show on KOSP Springfield. Welcome to Kill the Bottle Podcast, Julie Baker.
Megan, I am the stalker. I'm behind you right now.
Well, that's creepy because the camera seems a little behind.
Yeah. Oh. This is all fake.
Welcome,
happened?
Julie.
Hi guys, it's great to be here next to you, Megan.
Yeah, thank you. Julie lives in my hometown now. Did you grow up? You didn't grow up there though.
No, I'm from Southwest Missouri, but I live in Colorado Springs
Yeah.
now. But every couple years I get a hankering to put things in boxes and move. So we'll see.
Man, it sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah, I'm a little bolty. I'm a little flighty, you might say. I recently did a story on what was I doing? Oh, I did a story on a psychic medium, and she was doing visions of love and trying to teach people like how you find your true love. And she's like, I sense that you might be a little flighty. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, if we're going to look at my soul, I am. So maybe one day I'll grow roots somewhere. Hopefully. We'll see. In today's economy,
No, you're good there.
I see your future, Costa Rica. That's like everybody's like, we're going to Costa
Yeah.
Rica. It's cheap.
Yeah,
I've heard Costa Rica is beautiful too. I've never been.
I have a friend who just got back, and she's a bartender here in LA, and she just swears by it. She's like, she just loves how beautiful it is. Everybody's so nice.
Yeah.
Everybody speaks English for the most part, and she's like, I love this place, and it's super cheap. So I'm in. I'd give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I got a passport.
yeah. Except you don't look like me. See, I have a passport. I go to the airport. They treat me a little different. Just a
What are
little
you
bit.
talking about?
Mm.
What are you talking about? You think I look like this when I go to the airport? No,
I mean,
buddy.
I think
When
red
I go to the
hair
airport,
is a.
I'm slopping around. They look at me. I have a super hot driver's license photo, and I go to the airport and I look like I sleep under a bridge. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying there's a definite difference.
I mean, that's
How
the whole
did
point.
you get a good-looking photo on your driver's license? How is that possible?
How much time do you have a real? I have a legitimate story.
Yo,
How much
gosh,
time
you
can
got
I
time.
have? Okay.
Oh,
So
I
I
want
went.
to know how to do this.
Yeah. Okay. So I got a divorce a few years ago. It'll be 3 years finalized this April.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Best money I've ever spent to get away from that person. And so I had a camper trailer, and I needed to get like my real name on the title. My dad's like, what do you want to do with this camper? I was like, I want to sell it. I don't want to keep it. He's like, well, we need this new title. Are you going to change your name? I was like, yeah, I'm going to change my name. It used to be a different name. And I was like, I don't want to keep that other idiot's name. And so I went back to my maiden name, and I walk into the DMV to make all this happen. And I walk in and it's full. You know how the DMV is. You've been there. And I walk in and I go, hi, is this where I get a new driver's license and a new title? I need it for my camper. And they go, yes. Did you get married? And I said, better. I got divorced. And I made another redhead in the third row laugh. And she's, yeah, because I was like, this girl knows. She knows what's up. And they're like, take a number. I was like, all right. And to get your license, that's in the front. To get a name change on the title, that's in the back. I get called to the back first. And I'm joking around because that's how I cope with trauma. And the ladies are like, oh, one day you'll find Prince Charming. Not all marriages are bad. And I looked the lady dead in the eye and I said, lady, my marriage is so bad, I'm thinking about becoming a lesbian. And that's how I know it's not a choice. I wish it was. And so then it's my time to go get a license, a new photo with my old name that I had first. And I go up to get my license, and the lady is flirting with me. She heard my joke in the back. And she's wearing khaki shorts, the kind with the Velcro pockets. And she is like, you're cute. And I'm like, oh, little old me. She slides me her number. She's like, you should come here and listen to me sing karaoke. And I was like, is this a date? And then I hop up in front of the photo thing. I put in a little smirk. I was smirking. The best photo I've ever taken. And I think it was because I had the audience really cheering for me and got invited to karaoke by a lady wearing khaki shorts with Velcro pockets.
This is not.
That's how I got.
I need to see this license picture now. This is like,
Let me see.
You have to like edit it so your name, like all your information.
Yeah. But I need to see.
I have it somewhere on my Instagram. For some reason, that story was a lot funnier in my head because I still laugh about it.
Please,
I was insane when I was in the DMV. I was like, hey, I wish I wasn't married. Hey, he sucked. Laughs. It's a good photo.
I'm still cracking up at the there's a video that you have on your Instagram where I think you're like wearing like Carhartt overalls under I thought you were dressed like a flasher, and then all of a sudden, boom, Carhartt overalls, and I was like, I like that.
I know what video you're talking about. I was live at a resale store, and they had the craziest outfits there, and I thought, this is my first day at this new TV station. I'm just going to be absolutely insane, and I was.
Oh, yeah. You're like, if I don't get fired after one day of being insane, I'm in. That's like a really
and go ahead and fire me. I have a contract.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Best of luck.
Yeah. It's a good litmus test.
Yeah, that's so funny. So in order to get a good license picture, you need to flirt with the person taking the picture is ultimately the thing. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I wrote it down.
So the first thing you have to do is walk in and be a menace. And you got to make a lady in the third row laugh. She's also going to have red hair. Then you got to get called to the back. 3 little old ladies are going to try to convince you that love is real and the right one will come along. And then you got to tell them what you're thinking at that time, 3 days post finalization. And then you're going to get called in the front. Okay.
You're going too fast. I can't take all the notes. Hold on.
We're recording this.
Hold in the front.
Yeah.
We'll use AI for the transcript, Megan. We got it.
Yeah. And then they have to be the person that's going to take your photo has to be wearing a short sleeve, button up, plaid shirt, unbuttoned white shirt underneath, and they have to be wearing khaki shorts with Velcro pockets, and they have to invite you to karaoke on the sketchy side of town. That's a true story, by the way. I keep the number that she wrote down in my wallet because it makes me feel special.
So you didn't go to karaoke?
I didn't.
Oh man, that's a story I was waiting for.
I know. I should have gone. But at that time I was too terrified of people, and I'm still terrified of people. But it's all good.
I did so recently because on one of my videos I got a lot of people saying like, why are you with men? You should try women. Give women a try. And I finally was like, okay, all right. Wait, knock it till I try it. So I went to a piano bar near me and was like, I really was acting like a lesbian. Like I was making out with girls.
Did you rent?
Wait,
she even rented a Subaru.
An option? I'm not even dating right now. I haven't been on a date.
Like I was a man. I was like, yeah, just pimping.
Okay, I gotta tell you, if the boys don't get it together,
right,
Eddie, I don't know you like that. But I haven't been on a date in 6 months, and I opened Hinge, and I was like, nope, deleted it. But I got accepted onto Raya recently. Yeah, I applied 2 years ago, and then randomly I get a text. It's like, you've been accepted to Raya, and I was like, a little old me.
Nice.
I'm still waiting for my approval.
It's insane on there.
Is it?
I matched with a guy on Raya, then he matched with me on Hinge. He DM'd me on Hinge, and then I think he unmatched me. I was like,
that is so confusing.
A lot of effort, to unmatch me.
Eddie's married, so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I've never even dealt with any of the apps or any of that stuff. It sounds like so freaking confusing to me.
You're every time highly favored.
I was like, oh man, this is so. I mean, it's a lot of options, but it's so freaking confusing. I would lose
it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's stupid. I don't know how to meet people normally though. How did you meet your wife, Hetty, or your husband? I don't know you like that.
That's all right. Wife working on Spanish television in Miami, Florida. We worked on.
¿Tú hablas español?
Yo hablo español fluentemente. Yeah.
Bien.
Bien. Do you speak Spanish? I'm impressed.
Yo tengo unos años y Duolingo.
Nice.
And Al yells at me because I haven't been on it in 30 dias.
That's okay. That's better than Megan, and she's dated enough Latin guys to be more fluent than she is. Let's be real.
Well, to be fair, they weren't fluent, so really,
that's where you win, Megan. That's where you win. Imagine you're more fluent than the Latin guy you're dating everywhere you go. That's the greatest thing ever.
The last guy, his name was Robert, not even Roberto, and he was the most Mexican guy I've ever dated.
Yeah,
Robert Estrada.
Yeah,
that's his full name. Look him up.
So yeah, look him up. Allegedly, you should look him up and maybe torment him online. Allegedly, or just spam him, or
he blocked me. So I can't. I don't know what he's doing.
He blocked you, girl. Do you have his email?
I do.
Sign him up for everything.
I Venmoed him $1,000, and I didn't send it to him. I asked for it. I said, "This is what you owe me for that year of my life."
Yeah. Really? Just a
Real
grand?
life is only $1,000.
I know. I'm like, what is that? Come on, Megan.
I know. Again, low standards.
I'm like, that's like, I'm like,
I knew he wasn't going to pay it, even if it was like $5. So,
Then
but that
you
was the
should
only thing I wasn't blocked on. So
definitely move to Costa Rica, Megan, because that's like $1 million Costa Rican dollars. So you'd be the queen of Costa Rica, Megan. that's I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So you said you're from Missouri. Did you always want to be in news or on camera as an anchor? Was it something you wanted to be as a kid?
Yeah, I think I've always really loved to perform. I've always gravitated towards a stage, and I've always loved to yap. And so I was in college and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I was talking to my dad and he's like, you should just go into broadcast. And I was like, all right. I'd been an art major and a music major, and then I went into broadcast. So I have always loved the news, to be honest with you, but news is evolving in such a way that I am actually very concerned. But I've always loved news. I've always loved the direction of news. So yeah, in a way, I think I just really love to perform. I love to make people laugh, and I love to yap.
Well, I think that's probably what the most engaging thing is on any kind of a news program, at least nowadays. Because, you know, if you want the like straight up news, you would watch like Tom Brokaw, or you'd watch one of those guys on like NBC Nightly News. But if you wanted some entertainment, you'd watch local news. You either were going to get bored to death or entertained.
I think that people, and I've talked about this before, like people really struggle to understand that you can be like a serious journalist and really have a passion to dig into stories, but then also be funny. Like people, I think especially in local news, they want you to either be very straight faced, today is the news, or they want you to be funny. And if you're a woman, in my observation, they don't necessarily want you to be funny. Their perception of funny is you laugh at the jokes. You don't make the jokes, you laugh at the jokes. So it's like this interesting space that news is in. I think just kind of the decade and gosh, almost a decade and a half I've been in it, that I've just like slowly made these observations where I'm like, interesting.
I'm asking ChatGPT to give me funny weather person names. If you were like, here we have Dallas Rains. I'm putting your name in, and I just want to see what it gives me.
Okay.
If we were going to change your name, so please continue, Megan. I'm writing this in for a second because I'm intrigued.
Megan, hit me with your next question.
The next question, it was definitely, how did you end up there in Colorado Springs? And then how do you, because I always wanted to be on the news, but I did not think I followed that standard. Kind of like a certain type of person marries the prince.
Yeah.
A certain type of person has to do the news. And so like, how do you get to the point where you are, and how'd you end up there?
I was a serious news lady, and then one day I was sitting at the anchor desk, and I remember thinking, as I was reading the news, I think it was like the noon news, and I was like, is this it? Is this all? This is it? And so I left news. I started a YouTube channel, traveling. It's all privated now because some things happened. Anyways, I'm divorced, and I got asked to start this radio show. And then I had some friends in Denver, and my friend was like, come on out, like we'll go out. And I was like, oh, I can move to Colorado. I just started looking for jobs. And then this station called me, and it was really unusual because in news, it takes a really long time to find a job because you got to fit, it's like you not only need the skill, you need to fit the role that they're looking to fill, if that makes sense. So it kind of worked like that, and I moved out here. I've been out here 3 years now, which is hard to believe.
That's how do you like it?
It's expensive, and I could go down a whole tunnel about the news industry as a whole.
Yeah,
and maybe one day, but it is so expensive out here. I like have 2 jobs, and I'm still like, oh, so I'll never own a house again. So like how expensive it is, coupled with like how news works, coupled with private equity buying up all the single family homes across the country, which I could also rant about. I am like, oh gosh, what's happening right now? I feel like I just went on a rant and just said words. I don't know if I'm
Costa Rica. You're preaching to 2 people who live in LA, talking about expensive in Colorado.
Oh
Springs.
my God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait, what do you do, Eddie? You on TV?
Yes. I've done.
Where
I
at?
do a little bit of everything. Well, right now I have a new show that's coming out on. It's not even a fucking network. It's Vizio. Which, if you own a Vizio television set, my show will be on the home page of your Vizio TV. But statistically,
How'd you get that?
80
Tell me
billion.
how that works.
I've done 3 or
He's
4.
done a lot.
I've
He's
done.
been doing this a long time.
Yeah, I've been doing this for over 20 years. I've done a few TV shows from the creators of Chopped, and they asked me to be part of this show, and I'll be cooking on this show. So anyway, that's...
Yeah, you do look like a dude that cooks on TV.
I don't know. I'll take it.
No, yeah. Hey, listen, buddy, I've had 3 granola bars today and what are the crumbs of scones from Trader Joe's. So you're not talking to a chef herself, but I know one when I see one.
That's so funny. You were talking about expenses. Your camera's still a little lagging, but it's down.
Okay.
So we're not going to worry too much.
Sorry, I don't know why that is.
I don't know either. I'm on a work internet, and Eddie said he reset yours, so we're gonna totally blame you for this.
Yeah,
Blame me.
You said expensive. Have you been to LA, Miss?
I love LA.
she was
I
excited
love
about
Los
an
Angeles.
$8 michelada.
No, I heard about that and I was like, okay, yeah. The altitude here will cut down on your drinking expenses, but I don't drink that often because I get anxiety.
Oh,
And so,
no.
you know how it goes. So
I
just
drink
me.
a lot because I grew up there and came
Yeah.
here.
I do love LA though. Like Los Angeles is such a cool place, and I would love to live in Los Angeles. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
my friend told me a great DMV story actually last week that happened to him here in LA of the only kind of shit that'll happen here. Which it's miserable here, the DMV, because there's 11 million people, and you know the DMV here is kind of like if Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh was multiplied over and over again and worked at one place. And that's kind of like every employee at the DMV. So my friends
But
at
I
the
kind
DMV,
of get it.
Yeah.
Like you've been to the DMV.
No,
I
it's
get why they're
miserable.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
But
so
mind you, we have like a DMV every couple miles, and it's still
and it's still like that.
not just one. We have them everywhere.
But he's at the
Oh,
DMV
gosh.
in Chatsworth, which is like former Pornsville, where they film, yeah. And he hears a British voice getting, in line, and he looks, and it's Timothy Dalton. It's fucking James Bond is in front of him. And he's like, well, finally, I'm at the DMV, and I've been going to the DMV for the past, my friend's like 50 years old. He's like, I've been going to the DMV for the past 30 years, and finally, I have some good, exciting story. And he's like, is my picture okay? All right, thank you. And that's
Aw,
it. That's all he's got. But that's like, at least you got
That's
hit on by a
awesome.
lesbian, and my friend saw
Hey,
James
you
Bond.
said she was a lesbian, not me. I'm not making
Sorry,
an assumption.
She was just driving a Subaru and had a tool belt. Sorry, okay. She was
with
totally
a plaid shirt, fine undershirt, and khaki shorts.
khaki shorts with the Velcro pockets.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
forgot. I didn't write it
Yeah.
down.
Didn't-
Velcro pockets, very important.
Julie, I got some names for you if you do want to move into like Good Day LA weather. According to
Well, I've
ChatGPT,
applied to KTLA and they don't call me back.
let's
It's rude.
let's see
Don't worry
which
about that.
one.
Go down the street for me. I'll pop in.
You know what? KTLA down here is the lame one. I'm not gonna lie. It's all about Good Day LA. Good Day LA
Okay,
is the
well, tell them to call me.
yeah.
Good Day LA is the Fox affiliate, right?
I think so. Yeah. Good Day LA is the Fox
Yeah.
affiliate. Yeah.
Call me.
So Julie Storm Baker. That's it's kind of obvious. We
Yeah.
got Sunny B Raining. Which I mean that's clever. Julie Hale Baker. No, this is great. This is great.
I like that one.
Gail Baker. We've got Wendy Baker, Cloudy J Baker, Misty Baker, Breezy Baker,
Okay.
Thunder Baker, and Julie Chili Baker. I mean, it is.
I like the chili one. I don't want to go with Misty because I knew this girl in high school and she would crawl into the ceiling tiles of the JV locker room and smoke pot. And now she posts the most insane things on Facebook, and I should unfriend her, but I can't because I've got to read her run-on sentence novel about whatever she's got going on. That's a true story, by the way. So I'm only going to disqualify one.
Okay.
All the others,
Yeah.
fair
okay.
game.
Got it.
I
Good.
like the hail yeah because it reminds me kind of like your little accent you do.
Hell yeah. I like hell yeah because it sounds like I'm cussing, but I'm not. HAIL, people.
Yeah.
Hail yeah, baby.
Hell yeah. Sounds like I'm going to a NASCAR race.
I mean, you
Have
did
you
work
had-
in Raleigh, North Carolina, so I'm sure you had to go to a NASCAR race at some point.
I had a friend that went on a date with a NASCAR driver. She said he had a big house. That's it. That's the whole story.
Well, now we know.
Yeah. She's been my friend for like 10 years, and it was just up until like the last 2 I learned her middle name. She's like real secretive, but we text all day, every day.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That reminds me too. Like, so if you're on Raya, see, I'm gonna go back because I'm really fucking jealous.
Oh, girl, I'll tell. I will tell.
If you're on Raya in Colorado Springs, like, what? Who's there? Do you
No,
have to
it's
fly
not
to meet
people.
these people?
No, so there's a lot of people here that are like, I think Raya's kind of pitched as this like celebrity dating app,
Yeah.
but there's just normal people on there.
What?
I'll tell you who I'm going to X though real fast. You're in private equity? No. You're not going out with me. You don't have the pleasure of my company because you are ruining America.
If you had to be on a dating app again, what would be like your no? You're like, if I see that, absolutely
Oh,
not.
Tinder. I went on Tinder, and Colorado Springs is there's a lot of military bases here. But I was like, is this the only app the military knows? Because they were all like in their camouflage little outfits, and I would be like,
because that's what they do, and that's the only one they probably do know, and it's hookup. What's your Eddie? What's your no go? I'm trying to think of my no go.
My
equity.
My no go would be like if I was a girl, it would be a guy holding a fish. It just seems to me like all of my friends on dating apps are like, why the fuck is every guy holding a fish in their dating profile? Like, what is it about holding a fish? Does it make them think like, oh, this guy's a hunter gatherer? He's gonna keep me fed. Is it like, you know what I mean? Is it just to show that his hands aren't small? Like, I don't understand.
the fish thing's valid. In Colorado though, they're all like skiing, and their little prompt will be like, looking for a partner to share my epic or icon pass with. I'm like, okay.
See, if I had a dating profile, I would just do all of them in one. I would have like a rifle. I'd be holding a fish. I'd be on some skis. Yeah, dude, all of it. I'd be in a vineyard. I would have a power boat behind me. I would just create like, it would look like the Showcase Showdown from Price is Right behind me for my dating
I'm
profile.
going to re-download Hinge because I made my profile as insane as I could. Innocence, and you'd be surprised. Anyways, I didn't mean to go off on that little. I had to re-download it.
That's great. Eddie, I just want a big bald eagle too flying in behind you.
By the way, there's been something super exciting because I've never seen this before. Right now in LA, there is a bald eagle that just had babies, and it's on the news every morning because they have a camera set up like right on the nest up in the mountains here.
Oh yeah, that's right, they do.
And it just had its like little eagle babies. And it's like they showed it today, and it's like snowing all across the eagle. And I'm like, that's so cool. And I was gonna try to not curse today. Sorry about that, Julie.
You've already cursed like 27 times.
No,
and you should know I'm from the Midwest, and these are virgin airs.
This is very light for me.
That.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
This is much lighter than my usual.
Well, you can cuss. It's okay.
Oh, I'm just trying to curtail it for me. I'm just trying to,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's for you. Okay. Yeah. As long as it's not on my behalf.
Definitely not.
No.
I love funny news stories. So when did you start that thing? So you get on and you find these ridiculous stories across the nation, and you don't tell them obviously on the regular news in Colorado Springs.
No, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Well, how did that get started? And who told you were funny?
So I was sitting at the news desk one time in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was reading one of these stories, and I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I thought that,
and I was thinking that, but there was like, this was like a very serious news station. We're serious here, no jokes. And if there are jokes, they've got to be like, oh, I don't know, dumb. And so I was thinking that, and then when I went into radio, I found this story about how there was a shortage of mall Santas at Christmas time, and I made a joke about it, like, I guess you ladies are gonna have to sit on other old men's laps or something. And then it did pretty well on TikTok. And then I was like, oh, I really need to beef up my social media because I work in media and, everybody's digital now. And so I just started doing it and it just kind of kicked off and did really well. I haven't posted one in like a month because I'm studying for the LSATs. And so, yeah, girl, everybody's going to prison. And so, I've been up to my eyeballs with that, but I've really been enjoying it. But there's so much stupid news everywhere. So I just started posting it and people seem to really enjoy it. But I don't know, social media has been weird lately where it's kind of like waned off and I don't get the pops like I used to on TikTok, which is made me a little sad if I'm being honest with you.
No, do you think just because Florida's so crazy, do broadcasters there just have it easy? Because I mean, like every day there's a Florida man, Florida woman story. And like, do you even really have to try to come up with some crazy news story? I just put in my birth date and I typed in Florida man and I've got, if I was Florida man, I have man claiming people were eating his brains, leads police on insane golf course chase. Okay. And the next one, there's two really good ones. Armed Florida man methodically robs Dollar Tree 12 times in a year.
I love it.
Yeah.
A habitual offender. At least he's loyal.
That's true.
You don't get that type of loyalty everywhere else. Ask me about it because the last guy I dated cheated on me. And then I found all of the girls. So if the guy who's robbing the same Dollar Tree 12 times hears this, slide into my DMs, baby. We love a loyal man.
Yeah.
That's great. So you did a live stupid news show, didn't you? How did that go?
Yeah, girl. I won't say I ate shit, but I definitely walked into a shark because I had no clue what I was doing. I never put together a show like that. And the producer of the comedy festival had reached out to me and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm funny on the internet. I am like, I can go up and MC an event and do, improv, whatever, but I've never formulated a show. I don't know how to put this together. Yeah. And I think the crowd was like real excited. And I wore a tennis dress and, they got them built-in shorts and I did the splits and I said, I can do that comfortably because of this. And I lifted the skirt and I had the shorts underneath. And that's how I opened the show. I don't know. Please no, I don't know.
Hey, I mean, you had a captive audience. They were ready for it. After that, they're like, that's it. We're in.
I'm pretty sure their face was like terror laughing. You know what that's at? Where you're like, what? And then you cry a little because you don't know what you've signed up for.
And what church was that at?
What church was that at?
The church. It was the Holy Cross of Trinity Laughs, and there was no laughs. Everybody was on their knees praying to leave. They're like, can this girl shut up?
I highly doubt that. I keep telling you in DMs, I'm like, we need to get you out to LA. There's so many comedy clubs, and then you could just practice shows. You don't even have to really practice saying what you do best, which is clearly quick-witted quips on hilarious stories that people don't get to see. So it's really clever and it's a really great idea. So keep it up. Because
Thanks, friend.
Yeah.
I actually need the encouragement right now. I'm at a real crossroads in life.
Yeah, everyone is in. Isn't there a place called Crossroads in Colorado Springs?
I don't know.
Yes, I think so. I think it's a church somewhere.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course, it's a church. I know the cross is probably like a little slanted. You know what I'm talking about?
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, do you live anywhere near the mountains, or are you more?
Yeah, girl, I live near the Broadmoor.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But don't think that because I live near. So the Broadmoor, Eddie, is this like really prestigious historical hotel in Colorado Springs.
I think you're not familiar with the Broadmoor, Eddie?
No. I mean, like, I'd say the most one that it's not Colorado Springs, but is it in the world of like the Jerome in Aspen? Like an old school kind of been there for many, many years, iconic building kind of thing? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I live near it, but I don't want you to think that I have money because the apartment below me got busted a couple years ago for selling a lot of fentanyl. And that I think that, and so that, listen to this story. And I kept smelling like decay and working in news. I'm like, there's a body in there. Someone needs to check that out. It's right below me. I can smell the funk. And so I tell maintenance, and maintenance is like, yeah, we think a bunch of trash is piled up. And then I see on a competing news station that one of the apartment complexes got busted for fentanyl. And I know it's the one right below me, the apartment, because there's like you're evicted. I'm like, they can't be evicted. They were arrested for illegal drugs. And so I called the management and I'm like, hey guys, like, what are you doing to ensure the safety of your tenants? And they're like, we don't know what happened. I'm like, you don't know about the drug bust? So that just kind of that just puts into summary like how my apartment complex is not bougie. Like,
Also, how did you not get the scoop on that news story first?
What is this?
Oh, well, this will sound bougie because I was in
LSAT.
Italy when the bust happened. That's right. For my 33rd birthday, I solo traveled Italy.
Oh, that's a good
yeah.
I'd rather be there than over a fentanyl factory.
Yeah.
You win.
Anyways, but now I scratch a lot. No, I'm kidding.
It's not the dry Colorado air. It's the it's living above a fentanyl.
It's the fentanyl that's like creeped up through the wall. And that was like 2 years ago, and they still haven't rented it out. I know they've been in there scrub-a-dub-dubbing, but it's like meth in the Midwest, honey. Once it's in there, it's in there.
It's in there. I don't know if you've heard about my old middle school in Colorado Springs, because that's a new story. But Jenkins Middle School was built the year I entered middle school, which was sixth grade, 2001, and now it's being demolished because it was built so poorly and moving hills.
The fire department came in and was like, "Hey guys, this ain't safe."
Safe. This is where you need to get out, because everyone I went to middle school with, and I hope they don't listen to this show, which I don't think they do, but they're on Facebook and they're just like, this is devastating. Our middle school, this is devastating. And I'm finally like, what? Devastating? Was it the best time of your life? Because it was the worst time of mine.
Wait. One question. What year was this?
2000. I went from 2001 to 2003.
Arguably 2001 was devastating for other reasons.
Yeah.
Arguably.
A little bit. Little bit.
School. Like, you got to get your classmates in line with their priorities.
I'm telling you, that news story came out, and Eddie and I had just gone through the fires. I was evacuated, and these people are like, this is so sad. And I'm like, really? This is why you're out of Colorado Springs. You got to get out. You got to get out of here. Move on.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Come on, KTLA.
Good day, LA.
Get your shit together,
calling.
KTLA.
Not calling. So if you guys have a connection,
we will let you know.
I mean,
we'll let you know.
Yeah, but maybe the people that got arrested at your last apartment, Megan, maybe they have a. Did they get arrested or no? Should they just deserve to get arrested? I don't know if you heard about Megan's previous neighbors.
I don't think I have. What happened, Megan?
I have a lot of bad neighbors. And then I started to think it was me. So now I'm isolated in a corner of a building with nobody around me. I love that. Floor.
Yeah.
If my neighbors try to talk to me, I just hiss at them. I'm like, don't.
Like, no, I don't want fentanyl.
Yeah. I don't know how this has happened, but I've disclosed I'm a little afraid of everyone. I've started hissing at men. Like,
give us an example of what it sounds like.
Yeah, some men pay good money for that. So I mean,
well, what had happened was my friend's like, come out with me. I want to go to this country music concert. And I was like, all right, girl, but I ain't wearing makeup. She's like, fine. I put on my favorite sweatshirt, which is women standing around a fire wearing witches hats. And it says girls will be girls. And so we go out and this man is asking us, she's like, how'd you guys meet? And I met my friend on Bubble BFF. Like, it's a great way to meet friends. And he was like, oh yeah, you guys into each other? And I was like, do you not have male friends? Do you just assume that two girls who are friends are also like intimate like that? I was not having it. And then later he came up to talk to me again, and I thought I was plenty mean the first time. And he's like, starts to talk to me, and I go, oh, you again? And then he left. The next day I text my therapist and I was like, hey girl, like, I think we need to talk. I think I might not like a lot of men because yesterday I hissed at one.
Let me tell you, hissing is super effective. I use it when people try to grab like a drink of mine or something. I'm like, and I'm like, it is really, really effective. I'm not gonna lie. And
also this guy's like beard was also his neck. I don't know. It's just running together. And I don't think he was wearing deodorant. And
was this a Zach Brown concert?
No, I don't know who was the performer. I didn't care either. He was just up there yeehawing and having a good time, and good for him. But
definitely not Zach Brown.
Yeah, I was like, please leave me alone. Sorry, I shouldn't tell people that.
So I'm a super fan of news bloopers. I just can't help it. Yeah. There's something about like somebody holding a cat and the cat freaking out on him, or that guy that like just starts cursing because like bees are coming at him during a live shot. Have you had anything ridiculous like that happen to you while you've been doing Please tell
I had
me.
a slip. It's 4:30 in the morning. I'm standing outside of a hospital and I'm talking about a doctor who has done work for free. What is it called when doctors do work for free?
Pro boner?
Pro bono. But I accidentally said, the doctor's doing it pro boner. And I felt my stomach fall right out of my butthole because I was like, oh, I can't believe I did that. But when you have slip ups in regular conversation.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I talk for a living. There's going to be a slip up. And then I was like, nobody saw. And then I get on Twitter. And I was like, 3 people saw. And then we have a consultant come in and he pulls up a show. And wouldn't you know it, it's the show from that day. And I'm like, please don't pull up the 4:30. Please don't pull up the 4:30. He pulls up the 5. And I got by the skin of my teeth where management didn't see me say pro boner because Lord knows they're not up at 4:30 watching the news.
I mean, it is fun whenever there's an election year, how many times people screw up and say the erection. And they'll usually be like just a complete hodgepodge of all these different newscasts talk about, well, the day's results of the erection. It's kind of one of my favorite things. Just seeing people.
But it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I worked with a guy who recently said on accident, he didn't do it on purpose, Donald L. Trump. And then we got emails. It was like, have some respect. And it was like, calm down, Felicia from Pueblo. It was clearly an accident.
That was a perfect opportunity for a bye, Felicia. So, Julie, talk to me. I don't see in my mind Colorado Springs as a culinary capital, but you've lived there for a second, and I just need to know, what's the food like? Talk to me.
Well, we did. By the way, just to introduce that too, we have had Brother Luck on the show, who's a
but he's
English
like the
friend.
pillar of. It's like that's like him, and then what else?
Do you know who you need to have on the show? Chef Lynn. He always wears Crocs. Chef Lynn's great. I can get you his number.
I gotta know does Chef Lynn have like an Instagram I can look at?
Yeah.
I have no clue. He's a man of many talents. He was running a spa in Manitou Springs, but now he's running like a nonprofit newspaper. He's so cool. He is cool.
Because Mario Batalla used to wear Crocs, and he got Me Too'd. So it's just very, very different. The Crocs can mean many different things.
No, this guy has so many Crocs, he could never be Me Too'd.
Oh,
and his wife is so lovely.
Oh, okay. All right. Just, just making sure. So talk to me about the food there, unless you've been to Brother Luck and you love it, but.
I haven't been to Brother Luck, but recently I did the Manitou Incline. I'm obsessed with the incline, Megan, and you know what that is.
My parents live right there. Right.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
when
jealous.
I visit, that's where I'm staying. I'm watching all these people go up the mountain. I don't know if I could do it because I'm an avid smoker. I don't know if I can anymore.
You could. Anybody can do it. You just got to have a little time. So the incline is like 28 steps up the side of a mountain, and you can actually go up the incline to summit Pikes Peak. And I'm obsessed with this stupid little hike that is like 7 miles round trip after you walk in and walk out of town. Me and my friends did it recently, and we went to this custard place. It has a green awning. It's like Colorado Custard Company or something. And I don't know if it's because I was exhausted and I was starving because I did the incline, but it was the best custard I've ever put in my mouth. And then the French fries at Armadillo Ranch in Manitou Springs. I love Manitou Springs. You'll recall I mentioned my witch shirt, and you know the lore around Manitou. And so
it's a witch country, Eddie. Witch country.
Yeah, I thought her shirt was like a Salem witch shirt. I didn't. Okay, so is it about or is it a Salem shirt?
No, it's just girls holding hands around a fire, and it says girls will be girls.
Oh,
and
I thought I thought they were wearing witch hats and like they were wearing
witch hats. Yes, and so that place is really good. There's a few good taco places, but I will not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that you're Iron Chef America. I am not like a huge foodie who goes out and eats.
Well, you got to eat something,
and you don't drink very often either.
I know.
So where's the fun?
We're gonna go ahead and let you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the fun?
But if I do drink, I'm getting an espresso martini. Best espresso martini in town. Luminate. Have you been there?
I have not. It's so much has changed, and I really try to avoid going to Colorado as much as I can now that I finally got out, because it took me 32 years to get out.
That's how I feel about Missouri. I get it.
Yeah, you did it. So, but I know that the the culinary world in Colorado Springs has upgraded and changed. So it's interesting to hear other people's perspectives on it, especially my parents, because they don't really know fine dining either, but they tell me that there's all these new cool things. Oh, and Eddie, just so you know, that incline is 2,744 steps and it's 0.88 miles up.
Nice.
So that's what, and it's famous.
Oh, I mean,
so if you ever look,
I mean, I'm sure the custard's amazing, but I'm sure it tasted better after that because you really feel like you earn it. So Julie, I, pardon my nosiness, but I do see a beautiful 88 key piano behind you. Have you been playing piano since you were a kid, or what? Talk to me about your piano skills, or what is it? Is it a therapy for you?
What's that song?
Sounds like you're singing "Can't Touch This." Can't touch this.
Gray November. I've been down since June. Evermore. That's what I can play. The front end of Evermore. I bought that keyboard a few years ago because when I was a kid, I was in piano lessons, but I was not learning the notes. I was memorizing the songs. And then I would practice and my mom would be like, "Can you stop?" So I stopped. But then as an adult, I was like, I really think I want to learn how to play the piano. So I bought a weighted keyboard.
Yeah.
I got a heck of a deal at a Guitar Center. I wasn't flirting with the guy, but I think he thought I was. And he gave me the stand for free.
Was it the DMV Guitar Center?
No, it wasn't.
Are you sure it was a guy?
Are you sure it was a guy?
No, it was for sure. It was for sure a guy. But he looked like somebody I could probably squat, But I was like, cool, I'll take it for free. And I was like, are you sure? I don't want you to get in trouble. And he's like, no, it's not a big deal. And so I can't play. But I wish I could.
I bet you could.
Yeah.
Watch some.
It's just time. I work 2 jobs. I'm studying a lot. And I'm also trying to be healthy. And I'm tired. But I would love to learn. I just need to sit down and do it.
Yeah.
You got to pick the thing. You're all over the map.
I know. Can I be honest with you? I think this is an issue I've had in my entire life. Like, I don't want to just do one thing. I want to do everything. And because of that, I'm like 80% good at everything.
Yeah, that speaks to a lot of people, because I think that's like the most challenging thing is to I've learned to, and again, it doesn't work every single time, but I've found that like making a list or kind of compartmentalizing what I will do for X time has helped me tremendously, but that does not work for everybody. And mind you, it's been almost a year since I picked up the guitar, and I had been teaching myself and I was getting more and more proficient. And here I am doing nothing. It's like
I'm a list person myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Because it does feel good when you check one thing off. Even if it's just one thing, you're like, I accomplished something.
I went to the grocery store and I stopped eating the oversalted fries at the slowest McDonald's.
I downloaded Raya.
I finally came across the one celebrity that I was like, I want to match with them so badly. And they've clearly just not seen my profile yet.
Clearly.
Yeah. You guys want to know who it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jack Schlossberg.
Oh.
JFK's grandson. He is insane.
I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Does he live there?
No. I think he lives I don't know where he lives. I'm not a stalker.
He lives in a compound.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's so smart and he's so funny that I'm like, he clearly just and I have photos of bugs on my Raya, like my favorite bugs.
I mean, as you should. What's your favorite bug? Because we need to know this now.
Hummingbird moth.
Oh, hummingbird. Oh, that's pretty. That's a pretty
those
bug.
are disgusting.
What?
No way.
Have you seen those, Eddie?
Like a hummingbird.
Oh, they're moths. First of all, where I grew up, I'm traumatized because they built my house. My parents built the house and it was one of the worst moth seasons ever, to the point where we delayed building our house because there were so many moths in the walls. Oof. And then at some point they just had to drywall over the moths. So as a child, I've been traumatized by the word moth. I've had some fly in my mouth. I hate them. I hate how they flap. I hate how they have dust on them. And
no, that's not a hummingbird moth.
But if you see a hummingbird moth, they are freaking.
I'm going to look one up right now.
Okay, look, I got it for you right here on my Raya. Look at it. It's a hummingbird.
Oh, God, I can't even look at it.
Here's another one. See how it's fluttering over the flower?
That's cool looking, Megan. What's your problem?
No,
and
get
it
close
sounds like
to
a
it.
hummingbird.
Get close to it.
Yeah, get
Oh no, I
close
mean
to
I don't
it.
want to get close. Oh, those are super cool, man. It looks like a flying rat.
Yes,
Yeah.
They're
That's
like fuzzy and just giant moths, and I hate moths. I'm
well, I
scared
mean,
of
yeah,
them
I'm
because
like
of
I
that
don't
sound.
want to touch it, but I like seeing those in pictures. I'm cool
Yeah.
with that. But like this is not as
I'm not kidding.
Megan.
Like my skin is like crawling right now.
Like I grew up in Miami. We had flying roaches. Like
Yeah, I know you do. I know that.
Like I still remember when they got rid of the septic tank and put sewage in my neighborhood, and everybody's like they're coming out and pulling out, and the stuff that came out of there looked like the Mummy. When Brendan Fraser's there and all those little creepy crawlies are coming after, or whatever they were, I don't remember if they were locusts or whatever the hell they were in that movie, but that's what it was like. So I will take your moths. Have them. I'll cuddle them. I don't know. I'll put them on my Raya if I ever have a Raya. Like for real, I'm not doing shit with those.
You could probably just look at them. You don't have to go that far to cuddle them, but you just look. I just sit in the car and I'll look at them, and then they'll get used to it, and you can take a little photo of them. Anyways,
Do
I
these
put
moths
bugs on
eat your
my
clothes
Raya.
too? Are these the kind of moths that'll eat through like, if they get into your house, they'll eat through a sweater, like your SNL sweater there?
I think we do have those type of moths here. What are those called?
I don't
Because
know.
they do have like a moth season here, but no, not the hummingbird moth. They would never.
Just regular moths. I hate all moths. I'm not
You said
particular
moms.
against
You're like regular moms. I hate all moms.
moms. Anything with moth. I'm traumatized.
I
Can't
noticed.
do it. Oh, you should see me. I'm pretty tough. Like I go to a bar near my house and there's rats everywhere, and I'm fine with that. Like they're big
Oh
rats.
yeah,
I
I'll
don't
get
even.
down with the rat.
Yeah, I don't. I'll get down. On the,
You should see some of the men I've dated.
Near me, I'm like, whoa!
See
Like,
some
I
of the men you've
flip
dated.
out.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yes, and yeah. Now I want to see. Now I just really.
Really?
Oh yeah. I need to see what some of those mice, the rats.
There's
were.
only like 2 men that I've dated that I've blocked and been like block. But everyone else I'm still friends with. It just didn't work out.
That
good of
happens.
you.
Yeah.
I have their moms still follow me and talk to me, but none of them.
Oh.
That says a lot about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nice.
Moms know.
Moms know.
Oh yeah.
They know. Yeah.
Listen, Megan. I don't know. I'm just like I'm imagining your mom right now walking behind you while you're doing the show cleaning. Like so we did a show a few weeks ago where Megan was back home for a funeral, and her mom decided to start cleaning in the middle of the podcast, and you would just see
Thanks,
her in the
Mom.
background like sweeping. Like what are you doing? So now every time I see Megan, I'm waiting for a mom to go in the background. And start
Well, it
sweeping.
wasn't anything compared to my father, who's straight. Thank God he didn't get on this side because we're at my grandpa's funeral and I'm trying to record with Eddie and my mom's cleaning over here. And my dad just comes out in his like whitey tiny underwears and just like starts walking across the kitchen. And I'm like,
Bless fathers.
what the hell are you doing? It's like he retired and he forgot like humans exist. It's insane. He's so happy too. I hate it.
to be that level of like ignorance is bliss. The less you know, the less you care about, the happier you are.
Yeah.
I think that's sometimes how you end up in the perfect circumstance. Like, yeah, like screw KTLA, they haven't gotten back to you. What's the dream job? What's the
if I could have any job, I would love to be like a correspondent with the Daily Show or do something like John Oliver does.
That's probably where you belong.
Yeah.
Well, none of those buttholes are calling me either, but in their defense, they clearly haven't seen my work. I don't know how to contact them.
And I mean, and I gotta give credit where it's due because the girl that's on Daily Show right now, Desi, is awesome.
I love Desi Lydic.
She does such a great job, and I see what you're saying too about creating these your comedy news pieces, because I find that makes the news more palatable. So if you watch like a closer look with Seth Meyers, he's talking about death and doom and still makes it funny. John Oliver will do the same. So I think that's I don't know if that's where the news is going, but I do find it more
local news.
It'll get me out of my bubble to look at that.
I think it's great. Like you look at pieces John Oliver has done. I think specifically about a story that stands out in my mind. He does this thing on astroturfing. It's not like fake fields. It is this thing where people will go into town halls, but it was like an arguably like interesting to me because I'm kind of a news nerd, but boring subject. But he made it so entertaining. Or he'll make something like the death penalty entertaining or something. And so, he's really a fascinating character. So I'd love to be in a position to pursue something like that. I think Jon Stewart is just like obviously the OG in the political, well, not the OG in the news humor space, but pretty much for me. But I'd love to do Weekend Update too. I came across this tweet I put out and I took a screenshot of it several years ago, and it talked about like, hey SNL, can I be your Weekend Update anchor? And Lorne Michaels, bless his heart, hasn't called either.
I thought you were going to say
he was
maybe.
a little busy with the 50th anniversary. Let's, you gotta give the guy some time. He was, poor Lorne was slammed. But I think part of the strength in like a John Oliver, a Seth Meyers, a Jon Stewart is that they are also people who are so versed and so smart in their banter that even if it wasn't a comedy show, they could kick your ass in a political debate. They could just run you through the.
And then they're surrounded by like actual journalists and researchers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think John Oliver said each story they dedicate 6 weeks to researching it. But you sit down. I don't know if you listen to Jon Stewart's podcast, and I don't mean to promote another podcast on your podcast, but it is so in depth and it is so good. I'm going to turn on my light. I just realized how dark it is. Oh, it's unplugged.
We're telling scary stories. Good. It's fine.
And he will just like, he's so good. He's such a good interviewer. It's so good. And so you have those like serious moments. And I feel like circling back to the duality thing, there's, they've made a way where they can be both serious and funny. And it's like universally accepted type thing. And I would love to be in a position like that as well one day.
Well, I think you're going in the right direction, starting it on, start it on your social media, start getting creative in that way. And all it takes is really one person to see the spark and get it and, give you an opportunity. So I was able to get on TV cooking because I started doing it on social media, even though I was a theater actor and TV actor before. It's just like that's what it is. And I got lucky, and then you have to keep doing it. But luck is so much of it.
I've been at it for like 3 or 4 years now, and I'm not getting a lot of luck. Megan's my biggest follower.
20 years. Not a lot of luck, okay? So
20 años?
20 años, Megan. 20 años en Duolingo.
You need to. You sounded like Dora there, the redheaded Dora. Oh, that's what you are.
I love to do like Spanish news person voice. Hola, buenos días. Estamos hablando aquí con. Yeah, that's probably like my favorite dumb Spanish voice to do. But then they always say the word in English perfect. So they'll be like, "Oh, estamos hablando aquí con Donald J. Trump." They always say the one word in English. Right.
What?
They didn't say L. Sorry. We don't need to get letters from your people, Julie. We don't need that.
Alicia and Pueblo.
As many times as I've told them to fuck off on this show. Did I do it again? I'm so sorry, Megan. I told them to fuck off again. All right.
Quarter in the jar. Quarter in the jar.
Oh, I'd be rich. I could maybe live in Colorado Springs with all the quarters that I would have just from doing this show.
Maybe you could live over a drug apartment like me.
Dreams. You've got big dreams.
Or in a drug apartment. I mean, it still hasn't been rented out.
Selling drugs would actually be just as good.
I'm actually moving out of this apartment because they tried to raise my rent 15%.
What?
Nope.
Get out of here.
And I negotiated down, and then they're like, "You want it?" And I was like, "No, I don't. I don't want it. I just wanted to see if you could come down," and you could. And then they're like, "So you're moving out?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm moving out. You psychos!" And I
feel like do that here by law. I think it's 3 or 4%. They're not allowed to go any more than that.
They're insane. And I bless her heart. I went to the apartment manager and I said, "Why is rent going up this much?" And she's like, "It just is. We have to." And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "We just have to." And I said, "Why?" And then, I didn't say it like that. I was like, "Yeah, but why?" And then I think it dawned on her what I was saying. And what I was saying is the company that owns these apartments are greedy little shits. Mm-hmm. They don't have to raise it that much. They're just greedy. And so when I went in to sign my like intent to move letter, she's like, yeah, we've already rented out your apartment. And I was like, okay, well, can we have a mourning period for one moment in this situation? Like, can we shed a tear for the fact that I am leaving?
Yeah.
And
no.
they're renting it out for $500 more than what I'm paying, which is insane. I've only lived here 3 years.
That's weird.
Colorado Springs is moving up.
I would leave a hidden note somewhere saying you got.
I'm going to. And I think it's because I live near Fort Carson that they're trying to screw over the military. But it's like, guy, can we not screw them over?
Yeah, out of everybody.
Yeah. Can we do that? Can we leave vets? Let's
leave veterans alone.
Can we do that for once? Speaking of leaving people alone, that's like a terrible segue. We do not want to leave you alone, Julie, but we really, we try to. We try to end every show the same way, and it's the one thing we don't get back in life is time. And sincerely, Megan and I want to thank you so much for spending some of your time with us here on Kill the Bottle Podcast, folks.
Let us know when you're in LA.
Let us know when you're in LA.
Yes, I will.
And check her out and Julie Baker on Instagram, which I think that's a great Instagram handle. So and Julie Baker and like the word guys, A-N-D, Julie Julie Baker. Like, come on, you guys should know how to spell.
Do you know how I got that? I think you'll appreciate this, Eddie.
Bring it.
Do you ever watch a TV show and when they're putting up the cast in the opening credits, the last person they put up, it says and.
Oh yeah,
person saying
the co-stars, the guest stars, the co-stars. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
that's it. Featuring Armando Salas. It's like always at the end of SNL. Yeah, I like it. So guys, please check out Julie. Check out her. Is your radio show available online?
Yeah, at 929thebeat.com. But I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it. Maybe. We'll see.
We heard it here first, guys. She peaced out.
No. Quit on our podcast.
No.
Yeah, I'm not quitting. I'm just like, oh, where am I my priority?
You're officially a friend of the show. You are always welcome back. Guys, please like, rate, review. Find Julie on Raya. Find her on Bumble friend her. Maybe that's how you slide into the DMs. Then teach her how to play piano. I mean, she has left us a plethora of things that could definitely ingratiate you to her. So come on, get on the piano, go hiking with her, and guess what? She's a cheap date. She barely drinks. So Julie, thank you.
No, don't get it wrong. I'm not a cheap date.
Oh,
damn it. I was trying to, come on.
You have to Venmo me $1,000 just to get me to put on pants and leave my apartment. Like,
Megan, take notes. Venmo $1,000.
Venmo everybody.
Venmo request.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. This was great.
Thanks, everybody.
Good.
See you next week.
Thanks.
Ciao.